potential for so much to happen here in the TvP. Very excited to see a matchup between two players who I sort of feel should be fairly evenly matched. You know, Bunny has been doing fairly well lately, but not brilliantly. He is the blue Terran player at the top right-hand side, up against the teal Protoss to the top left, who is Creator, who has also been doing fairly well recently and not brilliantly, right? So you sort of look at both these players and, you know, I'd say they have similar sort of results, which is not really that many, but, you know, they take maps off players in tournaments and qualifiers, and, you know, they're pretty good, but not the best. One of them will go to the finals playoff against Bly, and, I mean, Bly so far has been showing us a lot of good ZVP. If he goes up against Creator, I could see Bly winning, but if Bly went up against Bunny, I mean, Bunny didn't look brilliant against Reno, but he looked pretty good, and so I think it would be the most interesting match for me. I think is going to be Bunny versus Bly if we get that, because I feel at this point we sort of know how Bly's going to play against the Protoss players and play aggressively, and I sort of feel Creator is probably not going to be prepared as Hero wasn't, as Trust wasn't. So I think it'd be best to see kind of Bunny Bly, but we'll see what happens. We've got an entire best of 5 to figure out which of these players we will see. As we have to the top left-hand side, the teal Protoss player is Creator. And again, top right is Bunny. I sort of introduced them as I was talking about them, but may as well just go for one more time. Nothing like a bit of repeating myself. You guys love that bit of a meme in the chat, I know. I was going to see a Reaper popping out here in the next few moments. Bunny is going to be starting to move around and look to see what's up, what's going on, and what is happening here in the early stages. So, maybe just going to be sitting up on the high ground. Sat up here, thinking about what he wants to go maybe. Actually just going to sit here and wait. So, when I said very defensively, neither player scouting in the early stages of the game. Not with the first probe, not with a... Oh, there we go. One probe now going to start scouting to just try and find his opponent. I mean, Creator didn't find his opponent in the last position he checks unless he goes straight across map. Unless he's just going to go and hide something here. I mean, he might just want to figure out if it's cross map first, and that might kind of determine how exactly he plays. Because if he plays cross map, then it's kind of interesting, right? Because, like, if it's cross map, then you can play differently to if it's horizontal or vertical. If it's horizontal or vertical, you might want to change your build a bit, be a bit safer against, you know, because drops are going to be kind of a little bit more, you know, quick to hit and so on. I'm just going to see this probe coming down the bottom right-hand side and looking to see what else is going on. Which Bunny is this? This is the Korean Bunny, who was formerly of CJ Entus. As we see the Reaper coming up to the top side, and you know, see a robot facility going to be finishing up here. Twilight Council is just over halfway done. So robot Twilight coming on in. Now we do see a second Rax just finished from Bunny as well. And the third Rax on the way behind a very fast 3CC. I mean, if there's any map that you want to play a fast 3CC on, it's going to be either Gettysburg or Frost. So this works out quite nicely for Bunny, really. Just going into 3CCs early on in this best of 5. Just showing us that he's not afraid to play some macro games. And just starting to kind of adventure around with builds you might not usually see in, say, like a best of 3, because it's a little bit too risky. So going to see this probe. It's going to move up the left-hand side, and again, just looking to see what he can get up to. So it's going to be moving up here. You're going to see this blink is about 30 seconds in, and that's about a minute and a half away from finishing. A bit of corona boost will speed it up slightly, so little bits and pieces, nothing too major just yet. As we're going to be seeing this command center on the third bit, on the main base, a third CC just set up, ready to go again. A couple of gates going to finish up in the main also, and they're just going to be finishing here. And again, War Prism is going to be popping on out very shortly. A Mothership Core just coming in to get rid of that Reaper, and just sort of cleaned up a little bit. War Prism going to be popping out very soon, and there's going to be seeing again a couple more gates coming on up, and again get set up, ready to go. So a little bit of a warp in, a couple of Stalkers coming in right now. Blink is coming on down, and these few Stalkers just going to get ready to move out onto the map. So some Stalkers moving out onto the map here. We see Marines and Marauder from Bunny all joining up together, and the factory just going to be continuing to come on up. About 75% of the way done. I mean, again, he's just going into everything you would expect a bio player to go into. Just a little bit later because he put a third CC down initially before anything else. Now we are going to see this Warp Prism continue to sort of move around here. Just going to be sat and getting ready to be a little bit aggressive as Blink finishes up. I do like this from Creator. It's one of these plays where, especially against like it's kind of weird because I feel as though this kind of big Blink Stalker aggression and pressure early on is very successful against something along the lines of, say, well, you know, like a 1-1-1 opening, because you generally hit before there's too many units out. Whereas here against a bio opening, it sort of feels like there should be enough bio to fight this. That said, Marauder goes down quickly, which means actually only Marines are left over, and it is generally the Marines, which Stalkers do trade much better against, of course. So this was pretty good by Creator. I love that scan, though. Get rid of the high ground vision, as those few Stalkers are going to be pushed away. Now, a single Marine down over towards this third base is going to continue to work his way through that Adept, and then going to be stimming away. So a little bit of damage taken down. That Marine continued to back away now. This Adept continues to chase. And another Warp Prism coming in from Creator now towards the edge of this main base. So Warp Prism setting up over here, looking to see what's up. Going to be trying to fire onto a Marine or so. Going to see this Marauder taking a shot or two as well. And a couple more Stalkers warping on in. Marines and Marauders coming in from a couple different angles. Looking to see what they can get up to. Stalkers actually taking quite a bit of damage. I don't like this from Bunny anymore. Sorry, from Creator anymore. I feel as though it's kind of past his time. It's time for him to back away, give this up for a little while, and just sort of, again, chill out a little bit. He's going to go into that Resonating Glaze follow-up, a very common follow-up nowadays in the PvT. Generally, I mean, you can sort of see he's playing very aggressively, or sort of Stalker Adept, and he's not going to bother with upgrades just yet either, so it's actually a very aggressive follow-up from Creator. I mean, sometimes you see a few different variants of this, where you see Double Forge with Stalker Adept, you see the Mortals coming in. There's a lot of different ways to play it out. This engagement is sort of weird because it's almost as though Bunny has enough to fight, but the Stalker blinks are so good that nothing's actually dying from Creator, while Bunny does lose units. And actually some SCVs pulling out just to go to the third base. Bunny obviously not scared at all behind all of this. He does have a +1 upgrade, and that will help a lot, but look how drained of energy those medevacs are. They have nothing right now. We're going to be seeing this Stalker Force coming in again. Love that. Look how quickly he boosted those medevacs, pulled them back, knowing that if Creator gets the opportunity, he would love to just snipe down a medevac and blink away super quickly. Stalkers will hold the upper watchtower right now as Bio Forces will stim in once again. A little bit more damage being done. Can he grab that Stalker? Not quite. The Concussive Shell is not lasting long enough, and him himself not being quite in position. Observer coming out now as well, and Creator again just moving over towards the right hand side, looking to see what he can find here. As we're going to be seeing a few more units just continue to pop out at this stage. Bunny, I feel, has held on well, though. I mean, especially against what Creator's doing, which is super aggressive, sort of kind of gateway heavy play, no upgrades. I feel as though Bunny needs to just back away a little bit once again. I'd actually love to see some tanks / Widow Mines. Both would be a pretty decent way to help out against this. I feel as though there's a little bit of a drop up to this side. It's very effective as well. Adepts are going to warp in, but they start moving over towards the right side to get aggressive. Bunny lifting up his base. That's not necessarily a bad decision, because at this point, if he's going to do damage across the map as he picks off an Immortal to begin with, great start. You know, if he does this to begin with, then he's going to do a lot of damage over here. He can afford to back away with his third base. And the sooner he backs away, the safer it is, the safer those SCVs are. Widowmine shot to begin with. Oh, I'm not sure if that connected on anything. It happens so fast. As we're going to be seeing a few more depths warping in. We'll push this away. Nice Widowmine shot again. And the Widowmine's just keeping Bunny in this. Or the Bunny a little bit supply blocked. Might hurt him here as he just stim in, starts to fight. SCVs will pull in as well. Creator, what's he going to have to kind of make this work? Because there's still that +1 attack upgrade. SCVs from the other side as well. This might just be a very good fight from Bunny in the end, where he sort of just gets rid of so much of the Protoss army, yet loses so many of his workers, but can just counterattack and win. That said, actually the Protoss army is still looking pretty decent here. Liberate coming in. But these Adepts will go down, right? And then the Protoss army starts to look a little bit weaker. That said, he is on a lot of gateways. Stalker's going to blink forwards. The CC should not go down, but will take quite a bit of damage. Below half health now. Will even set on fire. Very close to going down, but SCVs can repair that back up. 30 workers down. Army supply still favoring Bunny. 1-1 upgrades as well. And I feel this is Bunny's chance now to push across the map, and it's going to be a do or die moment almost, because 20 workers down. Third CC not quite landed at the moment, currently floating around all over the place. His income is not looking pretty. You can see Creator's taking a huge advantage in that over the last few moments. And, well, it's sort of kind of going back into towards, you know, sort of leveling out a little bit now, but it's still sort of at that stage where Bunny has an aggressive opportunity. You can see here his army supply is starting to take a lead as well. So this is his advantage right now. He's starting to push on in. And here we go. Depth shading forwards. The Liberators are in good positions as well, though it takes a long time to get rid of these. And also the Widow Mines do some very good connections onto the Stalkers, which keeps the Liberators alive so long. And that is the army supply advantage. The upgrade advantage is pushing on through there. And that is GG. Bunny is going to take game number 1 of the best of 5. A very typical sort of situation where you see the Protoss players sort of taking down so many of the workers. Let's jump into game number 2 of this best of 5 series as Bunny looks to take a 2-0 lead. He spawns to the top left hand side. And he's going up against Creator, who is down to the bottom right and is currently 1-0 down. Again, I mean, it's so that, again, let's just sort of talk very quickly about the end of that last game. A very typical situation where, well, yeah, where players sort of, where one player sort of went in and did a lot of economic damage, but lost a little bit of army while doing so, and that's what sort of cost him on the counter-attack. Probes continue to come out here right now. So a few more probes just popping out here. I see this probe and creator starting to move out and starting to take a little bit of a forward position out here on the map, so starting to see what is going on. Starting to scout around a little bit, see what's up, see what's happening. So probe is moving out towards the top left-hand side. We see there's barracks that's starting to build up here from Bunny as well. And we're just going to be seeing, again, there's gas from Bunny continuing to mine away. Creator is just going to be, again, scouting, so nothing really too crazy there. Drops his nexus down. Ripper comes in. It's just kind of a very standard Rax gas play, so no kind of super fast factory follow-up. We might see a very fast second Rax. It might go into that factory, though. Let's keep an eye out and let's see how it's going to go, as we have Command Center just coming down on the natural expansion. Probe just going to sit on the ramp still. Alright, so nothing too crazy then, as we set up here in the early stages. Again, nothing, nothing leaping out at us straight away, which is like, whoa, no way, wow, whoa, crazy, yeah. Just setting up here nice and slow in the game number 2. I like it. Gives us a little bit of a chance to chill out a bit here. I mean, we're still in the early stages of this best of 5. Well, the best of 5 is always crazy how things, how quickly things can change. One moment you're kind of 1-0 up in a best of 5, the next you're 2-0 up and you're already kind of looking for match point. On the other hand, it can take so much longer if, as creator evens up the series, and all of a sudden we've got another game before match point, and yeah, it is kind of crazy the difference in length here is, and the variability of length of series. I mean, actually, for a 5-game series, Blythe versus Trust was a pretty fast one, because there was a lot of fast, aggressive games. And you see some, like, Rain or Bunny games at the best of 5, and all of a sudden you've got a big lengthy best of 5 compared to a nice, fast best of 5, so pretty interesting. There's a depth coming forward, it's just going to be taking down this SCV. So SCV does fall. I'm just going to see that Adept shading forwards once again. So Adept going to shade on forwards here. Moving on up to see what it can get up to. We see a Stargate coming down from Creator. So Stargate gets set up here. A couple more probes being added on in. And it's 2 extra barracks being added on from Bunny as we set up here over in the main base. And he's again going for this fast 3 CC. So Bunny obviously really likes this build. He's going for it for the 2nd game in a row now. Marines are going to be able to deflect this Adept. The Redepot comes up to stop it getting in towards the main base. I'm just going to see that Stargate coming down from Creator. So Stargate coming down from Creator, going to see an overcharge, and he does pick off a Reaper. Nice little bits and pieces there. As again, just a couple more probes on the way out. Oracle going to pop here from Creator, and again, it's just Stargate plays. So obviously liking this so far today, and let's see if he can get across the map and get some damage done in the next few moments. If you did miss any of these matches, by the way, guys, they're not up on our YouTube channel yet, but they will be going up in the very near future. I've just cut up a whole bunch of these last night. I'm not sure what order we're going to do them in, because we've got a few things to put up on the YouTube. We've got the Wardy Open, we've got the SGL number 5, and we've got the Leifeng 156. And I just don't know what order to do them all in. So, we're going to be trying to figure out what to put them in. But if you did miss any of these matches, you will catch them on the YouTube over the next week or two. The idea is that we're going to catch up on YouTube while I'm away at BlizzCon, etc. There's going to be so much to kind of catch up on, and so eventually we'll actually be kind of on track on YouTube, and we'll only be kind of like a few days behind actual what's going on live and so on. So yeah, it's pretty neat. We're slowly catching up. As you see this Oracle coming and getting some damage done. Slowly catching up on the YouTube. So you do want to check that out, youtube.com/WardiTV. Subscribe over there, just help us out. Check out the videos every now and then as well if you're ever looking for some StarCraft 2 and nobody is live on Twitch. Resonant Glaives starts here. This time around, it's a very different opening, of course, from Creator. We saw him with the Blink last game. Already the Stargate's a little bit of a switch up, not much of a weird one, but straight into Glaives afterwards. An aggressive follow-up coming in from our Pros player. We're going to be seeing this Oracle still looking to see what's up and what's happening. So Oracle's still just moving around. Forge is coming down. The rover facility is about halfway done as well, and another gateway just being added on here. So another gate coming up. And we just continue to set up. This Oracle's having a good time, man. 5 kills already, now up to 9 actually. Sorry, 5 kills before, then 2 here, and he must have had 2 before as well. Oracle's having a great time. 9 kills. Maybe it was actually just 7 workers. Yeah, it looks as though there's a Marine or 2 joined in with this Oracle kills. So, still, great time for the Oracle. 7 workers killed on it. It's fantastic. A Stimpack's about to finish. Combat Shield is on the way. Starport is about to finish up for that reactor to go on. It's about to go into the reactor. There's a bit of a Marine push starting to come across here from Bunny, looking to see what he can do. Oracle will go down, fly straight over those Marines, so a mistake by Creator now. As we're going to be seeing these Adepts starting to pull back to get ready to defend this. I mean, Glaives is so close to finishing. These Marines, without, these Marines without sort of combat shields or anything are very, very kind of at high risk against these Adepts, but they're not got Glaives just yet, so here we go. The Adepts begin to trade. And you can see they trade very well even without the glaives. So now they're going to try and jump on top of these Marines. And these Marines can't really get away because the Shade's obviously much faster. They're going to start to stim. I mean, a few of them will get away. He actually turns to fight. Don't like that choice because he is just so low on health here. And just these Marines getting cleaned up. And Creator's just dealing with things very easily, very well so far in this game. He's not really looking to be in much of an issue at all at any point. Just making some good moves. I think, again, the early Oracle did a good amount of damage. Would have been nice to keep it alive, of course, rather than losing it to some Marines. But I mean, obviously that's just sort of an obvious thing to say. But yeah, I mean, he did good damage. He's keeping track of his opponent's army. He's traded well with this initial attack from Bunny. I think Bunny, yeah, about 400, 500 resources down. Just 7 minutes in the game is, yeah, it starts to be quite a bit here. It starts to be quite a bit. 70 workers for Creator as well. And look at that income advantage. Creator with a huge income lead here at this point in the game. So that's definitely substantial. Army size is pretty similar. I love these graphs. I've wanted to have these graphs in the game for so long. It's so amazing to finally be able to use them. You see these Adepts going to move forward. It's going to get rid of a Widowmine here. And a couple of workers going down. 3, 4. You see the Adepts just moving forwards once again. And, well, just going to be looking to see what they can get up to. As actually, Marine's going to drop back in over here. So, Adepts all over the place. Adepts at the third base as well. And actually, all of a sudden, Bunny's going to start taking a lot of damage. So, he was already down in income. Now it's going to get even worse for him as he's losing mining time. He's pulling away. And man, these Adepts are going to do so much damage. Look at this. I mean, this is crazy. 25 workers killed, still shading around. Depot goes up to block the Adepts in. But man, 32, 33, 36 workers killed because there's Adepts in the natural expansion too. Bunny is down to 19 workers. This one attack just from multi-pronged attacks. I mean, 48, 49. Does he get 50? He does over at the third base. 50 workers killed and still more Adepts just all over the place. A few more just shading around here. Some go towards the natural. Still this turret going down in the third base as well. Liberator comes in. I mean, at this point it's probably not worth whopping in any more Adepts, but he just wants to focus on the kind of defense because we saw it in the last game. Creator did a decent amount of eco damage, not as much as this, but then died to the counterattack. This game he's in a bit of a better position. He's got Colossi on the wave. He'll have Blink finish. He'll have +1 as well, so the upgrades will be even, or a bit more even than they were last time. As we're going to be seeing this, it's just going to be gathering together, and these Medivac's just going to be setting up and going over to the right. So Unit's just going to be going over to the right-hand side here. A couple of Liberators as well. I'm just going to be seeing these few Adepts still in the center from Creator. Looking to see what else is going on. Big drop coming in. I mean, this is the sort of play which Bunny has to make at this point to try and come back in this. You see a couple more Marines getting cleaned out. Widowmine will connect. 4 workers go down. I mean, Bunny has to do this again. He has to kind of win an army fight now, but I just don't think he can. The +1 armor upgrades is his only real advantage here. And position with these Liberators, but I think realistically it's not that much of an army to attack into. No extended film lands on the Colossus just yet. There's the blink forwards. Widowmine will be good against the Stalkers, but the Liberator is still getting taken down. Widowmine going to come off cooldown in a moment or two in the natural expansion, which could be a nuisance. As these Stalkers going to continue to try and chase down these units. This is nice actually. The Photon will get rid of the Widowmine, which is not going to connect. A few more probes going down still again for Creator at this point. It's all about just defending, and then he will be good. Blinking forwards getting rid of that low health medevac. More units coming in. A few more units from Bunny gathering up in the center, but he's just not really going to have enough to do very much. Oh no, every medevac goes down. Creator with some big kills there. And pushing on forwards, I mean, this Liberator should not do much at all. Should just be a blink forwards to kill it off. Actually just blinks to the side. I mean, that works as well. GG is called. And Creator is going to take game number 2 to tie things up 1 game apiece. So we are all tied up 1 game apiece here in this best of 5 series now. And it is Creator and introduce our players. We have to the bottom right hand side the blue Terran player here, who I feel should be pretty happy about this map. We'll talk a bit about the map in a moment or so. It is going to be Bunny. And he's going up against the red Pros player to the top left hand side. It is Creator. Looking to see what's up and what's going on. So let's very quickly talk about Apotheosis as a map in PvT. I think one of the main things is actually dropping on this map is actually kind of scary because you can drop into the main here, to the main there, you can drop in over this side, hit the third, drop from the natural, pick up the natural, jump into the main, jump from the third to the natural. You can set it behind this third base on the gold and then go from the gold, knock down the rocks. You can swap around over here, attack in here. You can attack from again the gold, jump up into the main. There's so many different ways of attacking here as a Terran player on this map. So this is pretty crazy for Terran. I really like it as a Terran player. That said, it is a long map. Attacks do take a long time to develop here, which is why actually drop play can be even more effective, because drops are some of the fastest attacks that can get out onto the map and hit very quickly because of that medevac speed boost. So I mean, I like it. I mean, I feel as though once you get into the mid to late stages of the game for Protoss, it's pretty good, but you have to have a good drop defense on this map. So probably a blink based opening, just to set up safely, just to make sure that Creator's going to be okay in the early stages. As he just poke on forwards with this probe, having a look to see what's up over towards the main base of Bunny. And, I mean, he just sees it's a Raxgas opening, Reaper-based expansion early on in the game. Command Center comes down before the probe can block. In fact, the probe doesn't even bother. It turns around and backs away. So it's going to see this Command Center dropping down in the natural expansion. This probe going to be coming up towards the upper left-hand side. And, again, nothing too crazy just yet, as we're going to be seeing Bunny. Gonna be... Ah, yes. I agree, Bunny. Yeah, I think so too. No idea what he's saying. Maybe talking about lag a little bit or something. I don't know. Anyways, Reactor comes down. Shouldn't have any lag, because this should have been played on the Korean server between these players. Rather than the NA server, which they have to play against, say, Bly and Reno on in these earlier matches, which we saw. Let's see a third CC again. Bunny loves this build, or the third game in a row. Wow, third game in a row, and he's literally going CC once again, super fast, slow. It's crazy. I mean, usually in this sort of series like this, I mean, I talked about it at the start. I'm like, oh, Frost is a good map to try this out on. Second game is like, okay, well, maybe just trying to go for a little bit of a meta thing here, and, you know, maybe he likes it, he'll use it again. Apotheosis is the third map, third time in a row he uses the same build. He must just really feel that this is a solid way to open that just puts him into a great position. Otherwise, why would you do it multiple times in a row? I mean, you just wouldn't, right? Creator going to go back to what he did on King Sejong here, so the Stargate-based opening. It'll be intriguing to see if he wants to go in towards that Resonating Claves again, or if he wants to use Blink instead, as he sets up into that. And we're just going to be seeing this Gateway dropping on down from Creator. So Gateway drops on down, and this Reaper of Bunny just going to be moving out onto the map. This Adept going to shade forwards. One shot off onto the Reaper, not too much though. And Reaper is going to continue backing away through the right side. So Reaper keeps on moving here. We see the engineering bay is about halfway done. Stimpack is coming up as well. So Stimpack's just starting now, and I mean, it's exactly as we've seen in the previous two games, so not really too much else to mention. I mean, he does get the gold base early on this map. I mean, it is a decent-ish map to take a fast third base on, because it is quite long. It is quite hard to attack on for your opponent, so it's not a bad map to do on. I'm just surprised he's done the same build multiple times in a row. I guess Predator's not really going to see anything to kind of punish it early, though, because he's not going to get an observer across the map super quick. I mean, by the time the Oracle gets there, it's too late for Creator to realistically change his build order to punish it. So, I mean, it makes sense. It works. I'm just surprised that we're seeing such a different playstyle, because in TvP, usually, we're so used to nowadays seeing kind of a 1-1-1 setup. The Widow Mine drops early in the game, the Liberator harassment. You can go into a Cyclone defensively as well. You know, that sort of stuff, maybe a tank evac play. I'm not so used to seeing all of this play where it's like, I'm just going to build bio units and build a third CC and lots of bio. So Oracle going to get turned around. These few Marines that are out the front already actually did a pretty good job catching that Oracle mid-map. Gets it low on health and just deters it from already getting in towards that main base and getting damage done, as we're just going to be seeing. There's Oracle just sat to the right side. Still more Marines just coming up through the center. I'm just going to be looking to see what else is going to be going on. Some Marines coming up here and just going to be seeing what else is happening. A few Adepts actually just going to peel away over to the right-hand side. So a few Adepts peeling away to the right-hand side, another Adept going to get added on as well. And these few Marines just looking to push on forwards. One Adept out the front from Creator. And these Adepts are once again just looking to jump on top of these Marines. Very similar to King Sejong Station. This attack from Bunny, you think you'd realize at this point it just doesn't work. Because these Marines are going to get massacred once again. I mean, against different sort of builds, I guess it might work a bit better. But against this, it just has absolutely no chance. I think as soon as you see the Oracle, you should just be like, okay, I'm going to back off. Because, especially after the last game, he went for Adepts, right? And, you know, after the Oracle. So why wouldn't he do the same again? So it would have made more sense to just back away and just be like, okay, cool. I'm going to chill out, take a few moments, and it's all going to be fine in the near future. Well, guys, it's going to be finishing up here from Creator, and just going to go into Robo Bay as well, continuing his tech here. We sort of saw in the last game he went into Colossi fairly quickly, and I imagine it's going to be fairly similar once again, because with the Colossus in the early stages of the game, well, yeah, I mean, you're just going to be able to set up, and you're just going to be able to put the Colossus up, you're just going to be able to use them. There's no real reason for him not to get set up into Colossi right now, as you're going to be seeing these Marines and Marauders going to take down these rocks. So rocks do fall, and again, Bayou is going to get rid of these this next set of rocks as well, so another set of rocks going down, these couple of medevacs just up in the skies, and that's going to do a little bit of healing right now. So, a little bit of healing coming in, nothing too crazy, as rocks do indeed go down. So the rocks fall, and we're just going to be seeing these Adept sentries just moving around from Creator still, looking to see what's up. Combat shield's just over halfway done, so still getting up into that bio play over the next few moments. And Oracle revelates the army, actually, and I do like that. It feels as though the revelation is one of these abilities which you really want to keep the Oracle alive for. It was one of the shames on King Sidron that he lost the Oracle, because once the Oracle is down, all of a sudden you find yourself without that sort of vision which you necessarily kind of need just to keep track of the Terran army, which is so mobile. I'm just going to see Adepts starting to shade around, and a little bit of damage in towards the main base, being trading well against the SCVs. 8 go down, and I guess the Bioforces as well, the trades are pretty decent. Adepts don't really manage to shade anywhere meaningful though due to the depot blockers. More Adepts moving forwards, and look at this, Bio's actually chasing down these Adepts already, so Bunny's going to clean these up. Don't like this from Creator, he's really kind of piling on the pressure, but this time, it feels as though Bunny's really just stabilizing super quickly and shutting down these Adepts without taking as much damage. 19 workers is a lot, but as we'll see in a moment or two on the army graph, I think, we'll just see Bunny taking a major army lead, because he's just going to clean out so much of this for kind of, you know, very efficiently. These Adepts, I mean, they trade okay, but they are completely outnumbered here, right? So that was a nice shade to kind of cancel the Widowmine. I mean, they break down to the natural to get a bit more damage done, but I still feel as though it's going to be a very similar situation to kind of what we saw back in game number 1, where Bunny holds on and is just going to be able to counterattack with so much that he can probably end the game. I mean, now that this harassment is cleaned up, I mean, you can see Creator takes a huge boost in income, but is that going to kick in before Bunny takes advantage of this army supply? You know, you can see this right now. You can see that he's just sort of set up with a little bit of an army advantage, and he's got the upgrade lead as well momentarily, so lots of potential. He's actually already got a drop across. He's been killing off a few workers. 27 workers lost to the 4. The Bioforce to see what he can get up to over here. Gonna take down these rocks. He was interested in Creator, did opt to take the kind of the top right base as his third, rather than this gold base, so it's a little bit of a safer base to take. It's just saying, you know, giving respect to the Terran player, saying, yeah, okay, it is a difficult one to hold. I reckon you can probably punish that, so I'm just going to take a bit of a safer base, which obviously doesn't give me as many benefits, but definitely just better to kind of take the safe one than to just die. Two Marines and Marauders still just joining up in the center here, so Bunny just joining on up with a lot more units continuing to come up through the center, and you can see this Oracle coming in from Creator as well, so going to be coming in from the left side. Doesn't quite find the army just yet, but I'd love to get a revelation on it, because it would be fantastic for him to know just where this army is. He has absolutely no clue. Okay, he sees it now. Oh, he did see it with an observer here, so just drop the revelation. That is nice. A bit of an overstim to try and chase down an Oracle. I'm just going to be seeing, ooh, this is interesting, because actually Creator, it's a bad blink as well, so he's completely out of position to deal with Bunny. He was going to set up a Liberator behind himself. Oh no, he just stims on through. He's just going to get rid of the third base. He just goes in towards the natural expansion as well, I think. I mean, there's no way Creator catches up with this, right? So, I mean, Creator just sort of slowly pushing in from the right-hand side. Colossus goes down to the left, and Bunny can go towards the natural. He can just turn away and just back away through the south. He's got a couple of different possibilities. He's just going to run towards the natural. I like it because he's going to get a Colossus. He'll get towards the main. He'll kill some production. He has a few medevacs to escape with. This mothership core goes down. Tries to put a time warp down. I mean, Robo Facility will be stopping any more kind of Colossus coming out. Doesn't actually get the Robo Facility, as we see this last blink coming in, boosting away. And there is 3 medevacs worth of units going to get out of here alive still. So that's pretty insane. Great trade by Bunny, great play, great positioning. At the same time now, some Marauders move forward towards the 4th base, so after losing the 3rd, Creator's going to lose yet another base. And, well, this is just sort of getting towards the point where Bunny is just too far ahead. Now, 2 bases against the 3, and of course, Bunny still with a gold base on his side. Looking really, really great for Bunny here. He's going to see these units just gathering up together once again. You're going to see these Liberators just setting them up. Stalker's going to get rid of this Liberator up in the sky as well. And these Bio units just going to be gathering together around the center of the map once more. Spy units gathering together once again. We're going to see a +2 attack coming in from Creator. 2-1 going to be set up here in a moment or so. Stalker's coming in. We're just going to be seeing the Bio Forces stimming once more. Going to turn to fight here. A little bit of Warp Prism Micro as we see still more units just coming on in. There's that Liberator. Going to see John up. Going to start working his way through those few Stalkers. And well, Stalker's taking quite a bit of damage as Marines and Marauders keep on stimming in. There it goes down. So many more units. And Bunny will confirm game number 3 as being his own. GG. Bunny takes the 2-1 lead. So on Creator here to try and advance through to the finals. As we have to the top left-hand side, our Blue Brass player, it is Creator. And down to the bottom right-hand side, our Red Terran. Let's see it, guys, if you're cheering on Bunny. Guys, these matches today are casted from replays. And I am completely live myself, so just to give you a bit of a heads up in the chat as to what's going on. These matches were played last week. They were played a week ago today. While I was in Brazil, I was casting WESG America. Regional finals, of course. And yeah, I was there, so I couldn't cast these. So obviously we did still want to bring you guys the action. We tried to bring it to you as soon as possible. We had a few matches to catch up on, and with WCS, you know, we probably would have done it, you know, if there wasn't WCS on, we probably would have just done it all in one night. But instead we're just doing it over the next, you know, over the last few days, and we're gonna catch on up. So yeah, that's why. I mean, obviously, usually we would have been here for the SGL, but if I was in Brazil, then I kind of can't do it. And I was just setting up and looking to see what's happening on Frozen Temple. Not a lot. It's once again going to be Rax Gas, which is interesting. I mean, on Frozen Temple, especially the gas first base pressure, whether it's off of an expansion or not, is generally favoured. It's going to be Marine out early rather than a Reaper. So. Oh, we still might see a fairly fast factory here if the Marine comes out instead. It's a little bit of an interesting one. You see this SCV just going to go and scout here as the probe is doing the same with Creator. I mean, he sees the natural expansion though, and honestly, it's all Creator really wants to see at this point. You know, if you see a natural expansion, then you know it's not one base pressure. You know you don't have to necessarily open like Robo and 3 gates. And this SCV of Bunny just going to go in towards the upper left-hand side. So SCV of Bunny coming in towards the upper left. I'm just going to be looking to see what's going on and what is happening. Adept starting up on this gateway. Mothership core is being corona boosted out as well of this main base. I'm just going to be seeing this probe going in towards the main as well from Creator. Just going to be mining away over here as we see Command Center just building it up about halfway done, and it's going to keep on coming in. Reactors on the way down on this barracks. And just continue to set up into this as the Nexus comes down on the natural. Finishing up, probes being corona boosted. Nice slow start up here to gain number 4. And it is a different build order from Bunny. Finally, we're seeing something different from him. Factories come down, the barracks, second backs is building. I imagine it'll be a starport and just heading in towards some sort of like wouldn't mind based pressure while building up a fairly quick stim pack as well. So yeah, it's still, you know, it's still kind of interesting. We've not seen this sort of build for a little while. There's been a few different ways of doing it basically, and as the metagame develops and things change, we've seen kind of different ways of kind of approaching things come around, and yeah, this is sort of one of the older ways. So, but just with some very interesting TvP today. You always got to remember that if you're the player who's continuing to play a little bit more kind of aggressively, a bit more differently, then yeah, different to your opponent might be expecting, then it can cause issues for your opponent. You just might not quite be prepared for something like this. You might not quite be ready for, say, this sort of attack. You know. I was just going to be seeing the Motion Core continue to move around here. That's going to be moving in towards the main base in a moment or two. So, just trying to get some scan information. We see a Cyclone coming out of the factory, so not I wouldn't mind at all. And as the medevac comes up too. I wonder if he just drops the Marines. We've seen sometimes now and then. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So actually, sometimes you see kind of like a Cyclone drop coming in. This should just be a Marine drop though. I mean, sometimes the Cyclone drop can be interesting, but doesn't really play out for much. He was waiting for one more Marine. He still is waiting for one more Marine round. So he really wants this full medevac to go across the map, and off and away he goes. And this full medevac unit is going to be heading towards the upper left-hand side. Now, a gateway added on in the main base, going up to 3 gates here. The blink coming in from Creator as well. This Grant's about halfway done, Warp Prism 2, and then we'll just see how much pressure he puts on with this. We saw on Frost he wanted to put on a lot of pressure with this blink play, and it did work out for him for the most part until it got a little bit later. So we're going to see the Cyclone locks on towards that pylon. So Cyclone locks onto the pylon there, and again Marines is going to keep on trading the depths, taking a little bit more damage as Cyclone locks on once again and then does cancel. So it's going to move over to the side, and yeah, just going to be seeing the third gateway just going to be finishing up. So third gateway finishes. I mean, a little bit of pressure here from our Terran player, but nothing really gained, nothing really lost. And the Stalker's actually trying to hunt down this medevac right now as blink comes up. Not going to find it though, going to go all the way around the right side. I wonder if he attacks from this position, probably will. With 3 gates up and blink finishing and nothing else on the way just yet, you'd imagine he's going to invest those resources into some extra Stalkers. So it's going to be moving down the right hand side, looking to see what's up and what is going on. So continuing to move down in this direction, we're going to be seeing the Stalker just poking away at that medevac. I'm just going to be seeing a few more Stalkers getting set to go. I mean, the medevac's still up to the top, not doing much. There's a tanker vac out though, and I think a lot of the time just having one tank can do so much for you in this sort of position. He needs to drop it down though as the Stalker's starting to blink away defensively. I mean, this is nice, the tank doing what it does best, pushing those Stalkers away from a distance. As the medevac going to boost in, looking to try and cancel the third base here. Comes in just as the third base starts. Let's see if we can get enough damage done. Immediately this probe goes down. The damage starts to be done. A few Stalkers warping in. I don't think the third Nexus really goes down here. It takes a lot of damage. He's got Stim as well. Marines going to be under attack from the Stalkers though, and that's going to be the difference here in the end. The medevac, oh, it's going to force the cancel, but the medevac goes down. It's costly, as we see the Stalkers at the front. They pick off a depot. That's about it. A couple of depths coming in at the back in the Warp Prism. They can't get much done either. And they also have a back away. Okay, Marines just going to push on forwards once again. I think there's a Cyclone going down there, but eventually Bunny is getting the position on the map to push these Stalkers away. So Stalker's going to get pushed away towards the center once again now. I'm just going to be seeing another Stalker just setting up towards the third base. Marines coming in here as well. A couple of tanks dropping down. Again, just looking to see continuously what they can get up to at this point. Dark Shrine is about halfway done from Creator. And everything just joined up together. Warp Prism back in towards the back of the natural expansion. Just continuing to trade here. A couple more Marines coming in and again working his way through that Warp Prism. Coming into the far right side. Trying to catch that. It's going to go down. No, it's going to get away. He doesn't know which way to go. It's in like a safe place now. It's just safe. Wow, that's crazy. So Warp Prism sort of pinned in here. He's going to leave the Marines just to kind of keep track of it. Stalker's going to move forwards, probably try and cause a distraction just so that he can get that Warp Prism away. Warp Prism should be safe now. I mean, only 2 Marines were never going to kill it off anyways, especially as he gets some of his shields back and so on. Combat shields about to finish up for our Terran player. Moving on forwards, Bunny looking to keep on defending here in this position. This Warp Prism comes into the right-hand side, and it's a couple more depths being warped in. Actually, DT's warped in, sorry. So DT's getting warped in here. Tanks attack drop forwards very aggressively. They don't get shot off, though, before the Stalkers get away. And these DTs could be deadly, because look at this. I mean, okay, there's actually scans available. Oh, there's a turret up as well. Oh, that's not great then, because he's going to lose a DT. So DT goes down for nothing as Marines push forward. Scan, get rid of the DT at the front. And there's still tanks here as well. Bunny looking very good as he continues to push on forwards. You can see these tanks starting to drop off once again, and a little bit more damage being done. Lots of probes getting cleaned out here already. Another DT or 2 getting cleaned out as well as they walk on in. I mean, there's 1 DT left. Is there a scan available? That's what we're about to find out. A lot of Immortals back over here, actually, as these tanks are going to start getting lifted to back away. Big blink forwards, though. That's a tank, in fact, going down. He does actually drop the tank out to keep it alive. Creator's making a good defense against this. The Immortal coming forwards and is just going to go down now, but the blink forwards again going to get rid of all the medevacs. So the tanks are stranded, and he will clean up everything here at the very, very end. Good trade by Creator to clean up every single unit of all of these units, which are so expensive also. And something I've never pointed out yet in this game, but this is a very aggressive play. You know, Bunny does not have a third command center. Without a third command center, he does not really have a way in this game to he does not really have a way in this game to sort of recover at all. So we're just going to be seeing Bunny continue to push up through the center of the map. A couple of depths in the Warp Prism again moving through. Yeah, Bunny's in trouble because his first pressure didn't work out, and now he's got to attack again and again because he's got no third base to follow up with. So this is painful for him. I was going to be seeing these Marines going to continue moving forwards, and just going to be seeing the again, a couple of tanks dropping on down. Marines continue to try and trade, and well, let's see. These Adepts going to shade forwards, look to see what they can get up to. This tank Gonna lift up once again, continue to pull on backwards here. Depths will shade in. I can't really tell which way this fight is going. There's a +1 upgrade lead for our Protoss player. Such a messy fight in the center as the Immortal will sort of be the beefy unit to kind of keep things alive, but this tank is still around as well to Chitin. While more reinforcements coming in from Bunny, gonna push this back. Again, eventually I feel as though Creator just turns out to be okay in this, but he does have to hold on for now. Another couple minutes though and he should be fine. I mean, that's going to be the point at which his economy advantage really starts to kick in. He's actually had an income advantage all game long, apart from a couple of moments here and there. But you can see that it's going to really start kicking in very soon to take him into the lead in terms of the army supply. You know, we talk about army supply and it's been Bunny's been ahead most of the game. But you can see now Creator's really starting to close in the gap. And that will change things up here as Creator continues to sit out here and just waits to see what's going to happen next. A couple of tanks just going to drop down on the low ground and again, and see what Bunny can do if he can push up here. Disruptor going into play now. That can obviously change so much so quickly. These two Adepts in the War Prism still getting damage done, still slowing down the Terran player who's currently not mining anything due to the fact that, oh my god, that Disruptor just got 11 kills. That's huge. Not mining anything due to the fact he's trying to move in towards the third, which is being denied. These two Adepts, 11 and 4 kills. They'll get taken down now, but they've been super successful throughout this now. As Marines moving forwards here, tank does fire onto a few of those Adepts. A little bit of damage being done as Marines moving back and forth, not completely sure which direction they want to go in for sure here. Tank's loading up once again. Bunny going to move over to the right side with these tank evacs, looking to see what he can get in position to do as a few more units just going to gather together once more. A couple of tanks, a few tanks just going to load up into these medevacs once again. Stalkers, Adepts, and Immortal, Sentry, this Disruptor. All going to move forwards here from Creator, so lots of units just moving forwards, and a couple of Liberators moving forwards as well. These tanks going to drop down once more, and again, just look to see what they can get up to. Liberator's going to be moving forwards as well. Disruptor shot comes in. Disruptor shot is once again huge. This Disruptor, man, on 20 kills now. Is having the engagements of a lifetime as Bunny's fight once again is not going really his way at all. Medevacs again targeted down. Still, I mean, at the very end, these tanks, and where are the Adepts going? Like, the Adepts aren't joining in. It means the Stalkers get taken down. It should have been a lot better here from Creator. It should have been a lot cleaner. That said, he is 50 supply ahead coming out of this. He's still 1-1 against 0-0. And our Terran player is still only on 2 orbital commands, albeit one of them has moved to a fresher base. His income is definitely far from the best. Look at that income advantage. So dominant by Creator throughout the game here. As you can see here as well, that the army supply is finding Creator's advantage as well. So, I mean, basically everything is finally starting to go the way of our Terran player, of our Protoss player, sorry. And it looks as though we're going to game number 5. It's going to be seeing these units still gathering up together. Disruptors joining up. 4th base coming down from Creator, not skipping a beat here. Making sure that no matter what, he's going to continue to be very safe in this game number 4 to make sure you can force it to a game 5 to keep the dream alive of moving through into that grand final. Don't forget that Bly waits in that grand final. $50 already earned by both players here for being in the semis. Second place will take home $100 and first place $400 here in the SGL Cup number 5. SGL Cup number 6 not on for another week or so. Marines and Marauders just going to join up just outside of this wall. And you'll see a couple of these Liberators going in over to the left hand side, and just a Adept just moving in underneath these couple of Liberators as well. So Adept just moves in underneath. And again, more units gathering again from Creator, still just playing defensively. It's actually going to be the Terran player who makes a push to probably just try and say, well, let's just end this. Either I'm going to make a miraculous engagement and win, or you're just going to kill me, which is what you're refusing to do yourself. Here we go, Terran will stem, and already the first couple of Archon shots are pretty deadly. Just so many of these Marines. Disruptor shots come in. One will get cancelled. The other one does go off just before it gets cancelled. I mean, the Disruptors die, but so what? Stalkers blink forwards, Medevacs are going to go down. So much here will go down for Bunny, and that will be GG. And it is Creator to tie the series up once again. Both our sound. We find out right here, right now. As to the top right side of the map, our blue Protoss player, it is Creator. Has again always been behind, and we saw this earlier with Trust. He was always behind in the series. He wasn't able to win 2 in a row to make it through to the finals. It was Bly. He continued to win every other game. So let's see if Creator can make a difference here, win 2 in a row to go to the finals, or if Bunny, our red Terran player to the bottom left, is going to be keeping on that sort of tradition which seems to be going on now in the semi-finals of the SGL. So, it's going to be setting on up. We're going to see how we get into here in game number 5 of the series. See how this will continue on. I'm just going to be waiting to see kind of how things are going to be going for the deciding match now between the players. We have seen a good mix of builds from Creator. We've seen Blinks, we've seen DTs, we've seen all sorts of stuff. Stargate openings have been pretty popular one for him actually. We've seen a good mix of kind of, especially Blink and Stargate, a good mix of that there. But from our Terran player, we have seen a very sort of stable kind of play style where he hasn't changed up much between the games. In the first 3 games, he did the same build of that fast third command center coming into play. In the 4th game, he changed it up a little bit with the 2 base play, but, well, it didn't quite work out for him. So we'll see what he wants to go into now. Once again, Rax Gas, so no fast factory follow-up. I'm just going to be seeing this probe moving up towards the upper right side of the map to see what's going to be going on over the next few minutes of the game. So, probe, we'll move in towards the upper right-hand side here, and again, look to see what's happening, we'll look to see what's going on. See this reactor coming down from Bunny, so reactor just setting on up here, and yeah, there's that probe continuing to go up to that top right side. Now we do see an Adept is on the way out from Creator, so it's going to be about halfway done very, very shortly. So Adept's going to be about halfway done, and well, I'm just going to be seeing kind of the Nexus of probes continue to pop out, continue to look pretty decent here. Stargate plays, so we're going to see Creator choosing his tech for this decided match now. Man, I do personally still feel as though the Bunny versus Bly match would be a more interesting one. Be interesting to see how Bly's going to play in the TVZ or the ZVT rather than the ZVP, which we've already seen a couple of series of him of him. I can't get my words in the right order at all, can I? But yeah, I feel that would be for me the more interesting matches we do once again. By the way, Bunny, see this Fed CC going down for him. But at the same time, I feel as though the Creator Bly would be pretty interesting as well at this point. Creators were really bringing these games to Bunny, so either or should be a great finals. But for now, let's enjoy game number 5. Of course, we're still just in the sort of setup phases. The Reaper comes in, just a grenade to blast some probes around. He has not seen the Stargate, right? No, hasn't been in the main base at all. We'll try. Maybe change direction now, though. Just going to be backing away a little bit. So we're going to pop up once again. Going to go in towards the main, I think. And I mean, he wants to try and pick up some information, try and figure out what is the tech structure you've built here in the early stages. Is it a Robo? You've got a Robo Twilight. Is it a quick Twilight for DTs? Or is it indeed that Stargate, which it is in fact in this game? Not going to see it just yet, though, as the Reaper continues to move around, trying to avoid the Adept here, which means the Oracle is going to get out unscouted so far. And well, the initial preparation from Bunny should be fairly decent because he's got a fair few Marines on the low ground. High ground has got nothing, though, but he has got enough Marines to start splitting them up to fight against a single Oracle. So it should be okay. The scan in the main will reveal the Stargate now. So he sees this, and you can see immediately he starts to split the Marines up, 5 and 6. I mean, you need 6 Marines to fight an Oracle and to kill it. Although that's not the best of positions there because the Marines were trapped behind and not all of them were fighting. Oracle picks up a few Marine kills and then just backs away. Bunny doesn't take too much damage, though, and should be fairly content with how things have opened in the super early stages of this. His Stimpak's on the way down. He's going to start moving onto the map again with these few Marines. Hopefully doesn't go across because it has not worked at all for him so far. I'd be very surprised if he committed to that once again, as we do see the Reaper just identifies the third base, the Pros player. And we do indeed see the Phoenix continue to pop out of these Stargates. The Phoenix continue to come out of Stargates as the turret does connect onto that Oracle a few times. Oracle gets pushed away over to the right-hand side. So Oracle pushed away over to the right-hand side here and will continue to just move around the map, looking to see what else is going on as time passes by. So Oracle can actually come up the right-hand side now as well. We see the Forges continue to come in too, right? So Forge coming up, we see the Twilight Council added on, and then a couple more pylons just being added on here as well as time passes by. With the Phoenix also coming up, we continue to just set on into this as this Oracle for Creator just moving around, and we'll be looking to drop a Revelation here perhaps in the very near future. Marine's just going to be sat and looking to see kind of where they can go from. Oh, we're going to get deflected as well, though. So as we have a little bit of a passive game, just going to answer a quick question from the chat. Antime11 asking where you can get VODs of yesterday's matches. If you just go onto the, if you're talking about WCS, then you'll just be able to go onto the Twitch page. If you click videos, it should just be available there. If you're talking about the stream matches on this stream, same thing. Just go onto the Twitch page, twitch.tv/StarCraft, the WCS was on. But you go there, click on videos, and you get all the VODs. Unless they block the VODs, which would be a bit weird. In which case, I guess they might already be up on YouTube, so just sort of YouTube it, I guess. Search for it, you should find it. Anyways, to return to the game, as again, not too much else has been going on. Still just sort of in the initial setup phases of this. We're going to see a few Phoenix popping out of the Stargate. +1 Resonating Glaive still coming up here from Creator as well. Just going to see this Oracle from Creator just continuing to move around. So, still is moving around a little bit here. I'm just going to see the Phoenix joining up, and I do lift up that Marine. Going to take that down nice and quickly. The +1 attack coming in here on this Engineering Bay. The Combat Shields is coming up to finishing very soon as well, as Concussive Shells also rolls on in. And again, just going to be seeing the Phoenix here. I mean, the Phoenix are interesting. The Phoenix are composition which always kind of have high points and low points, I feel. I feel it's one of those compositions where the Terran player can either play against it very well or they don't, depending on the player. It's very much so a composition which you just don't have to overcommit into, and you're going to be kind of fine, because if you overcommit too early, then you're going to get caught off guard, you're going to lose medevacs and so on. I feel if you sit back and just wait, you're going to have the time of your life. So I'm just going to be seeing these Phoenix still moving around right here, Creator. Looking to see what's going on, looking to see what's up. +2 and Blink on the way. Robo Bay is going to be finishing very soon from Creator also. And still that Oracle just sat just outside of the free bases of our Terran, who's still just collecting together with a whole bunch of Marines and Marauders. So many Adepts going to be coming down through the center of the map. And that's something we've seen multiple times, of course, from Creator. We haven't really seen sort of the Phoenix Adept combo, more so just a couple of Oracles then Adepts. But the Phoenix Adepts are pretty powerful. You can lift up the Widow Mines, you can lift up the tanks, or whatever, and shut down medevacs, while the Adepts clean up the rest of the bio on the ground. That said, it is just bio here. And whether there's just enough bio from Bunny to realistically just deal with this and just counterattack across the map, because it's a pretty powerful army. And I was just going to be seeing the Adepts just sort of shading on forward, so we're going to see this medevac. We'll move up the left-hand side here from Bunny, so just going to be moving up the left-hand side and looking to see what's going on. Dark Shrine is a few seconds in, so it's just still Creator setting up for kind of the rest of this, as we're going to be seeing. Colossus pops out from Creator. Blink is about 75% of the way done, +2 coming up to being about 75% of the way done as well. A bit of a stem forwards. Oracle going to see this army coming in though, Observer as well, so Oracle will not get taken down. Scans the 4th base, sees nothing there just yet. Might change how aggressive Bunny wants to be, as War Prism gets taken down by the turret. Does unload a few Adepts though. The Marauders here will help to clean those up nice and quickly. A couple of them will shade in towards the natural, but for the most part, Bunny is defending well, not being distracted from his main goal, which is to move across the map, it seems. Here we go, fight starts, only one Colossus in this, no extended thermal lance, and 12 seconds before +2 attack kicks in as well for the Protoss player. Good little skirmish here initially. At the same time, 3rd base under fire of the Protoss, as this bio drop does a little bit more damage. To the left side, we saw those Adepts getting cleaned up as well as, oh no, Bunny attacking in once again. Colossus goes down. All of a sudden, there isn't any Adepts here. The Widowmine must have got a pretty good connection, as this Bioforce is just cleaning on out. Wow, Creator, just GG's out. Bunny, like that, will win the game, will win the series, and will set up that TVZ in the finals against Bly. Best of 5 TVZ is our final.